Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So it's that time again. It's Family Garden Saturday Night Live. So let's see who comes and joins us. While I get it up on the big screen as well, so I know what's going on. We've got one person here. Let's see who that is. Mike's Greenhouse is here. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Nabol. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How are you doing? Espen, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in, man. How is everyone tonight? What have you all been up to? Yeah, I'm really good. I'm tired though. I'm really tired. I've been painting today, so not in the greenhouse. I've been out in. Well, I've been. It's been a beautiful day, really sunny, really warm, and I've been stuck inside all day. Brian's here. Brian, how are you? How are you feeling, Brian? More pruning and tidying in your grand's garden. What? Where are the ogres? I'm here for pizza and ogres. Espen, we had pizza last night. The ogres will be here shortly. I'm sure they'll be here any minute. But they've got it's bath night tonight, so we'll see what we'll see. I'm sure they'll start raiding us soon. Uh, you should, Mike. You should do an update on your grand's garden on what you're doing there. If you show us what you're doing there, I think that'll be really cool. Uh, Raining in the south of France for once. We've had an absolutely amazing day today. It's been really sunny, really warm, um, really nice day. But I've been stuck inside all day. Uh, Brian's given himself the day off. What have you been doing today? Espen managed to catch a pollock, a massive one over 2.5. That's not bad at all. That's a big fish. That um, pollock's like it's like cod, isn't it? Or it's like the cod substitute. As soon as I tidy up my garden, then I'll make another tour. But right now, my garden is in a bit of a state. Do a before and after video, Mike. If you do a before and after video, that'd be a good. It shows what it looks like before you've done the tidy up. It shows what it looks like afterwards. That would be a good idea. David Carlisle's here, UK Scrapper. How are you doing, mate? Thank you very much, guys, for coming in. I hope you're both well. Brian's had his hair. Brian's had a hair raid. What's a hair raid? Yeah, it's almost like cod. We went. My brother took us North Sea fishing once, and we were fishing for whiting, and I can't remember what the other one was called. It wasn't plaice, but it was a flatfish. Um, yeah, we were fishing for them. It was awesome. You know, it was sea fishing, so you had like three hooks on one line. You chucked it in, and you'd pull it out with um, three fish on it. It was amazing. Um, yeah, Mike, try that. It'll be a good video to show us, the difference between what it looks like now and then what you've done afterwards with it. That'll be quite nice. Um, Brian had a break. Brian had a break in, and I'm one hen down. Is this where you found your hens wandering about? No way. I've seen on Facebook that there's a lot of allotments being broken into. Proper horrible little scroats out there that are doing it. Now my smoke cabinet almost finished. There's 40 kilogram of mackerel in the freezer to smoke during winter. Ah, so you can heat your house and smoke your mackerel at the same time. Uh, I think retribution has been served. We'll find out on Monday. Interesting. That sounds ominous. Do you know who it was who broke your chicken house? Well, you must do if you've gone for if you've gone for revenge. Drop's here. Drop. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Espen, I'm all right, man. I'm tired. I've been. You know, I did a video a few weeks ago saying that we're doing my sister's house. Carl's here. Carl, how are you doing? Thanks very much for coming in. It's always nice to have Mr. Bovril in the house. That's good, Brian. If you know who it is, then I want to know what retribution you're serving up. Maybe not. Maybe not on a public forum though. I found some leaf mold just on the ground. I dug it into the soil in my greenhouse. Was that a bad idea? Not a bad idea at all. Where did you find it? I have 5 ogres. I feel you. It's always nice when Mr. Bovril turns up. I love it, man. I love it when Carl's here because he's a cracker. I want to see. It's a shame what happened with Carl's videos, but I'd love to see Carl back. I'd love to see him back. Did everyone see Carl's feature in Charles Dowding's magazine, his newsletter? Uh, Dang dear ate my broccoli. Yeah, I saw that video on your sister's house debacle. People are so disrespectful. So, drop. What I was saying with that was, now we started working. We started working on the well. I started working on the garden. I've got a couple of videos last weekend, and I've got a couple of videos that I need to put out for what I've done. But she's wangled me into doing the inside as well now. So we were stripping wallpaper. I mean, my wife, my sister, my nieces, they all stripped the wallpaper. The kids helped with that. Uh, well, my daughter was awesome. She was just ripping the wallpaper off the walls. Yeah. But now I've got to paint. I'm painting the walls, wallpaper in the walls. We've got a plasterer coming in to skim the staircase and everything downstairs. But I'm knackered, man. My arms are killing me. So it's been 2 days of painting, and tomorrow's day 3 of painting and a bit of wallpaper. So hopefully I should get upstairs finished by end of tomorrow. So I'm being kept busy. I'm being kept busy. Uh, Police won't do any. Police don't do anything unless it's something majorly serious. They're not too bothered nowadays. But it's all that underfunding. Um, Mike found some leaf mold on concrete under some bushes near my grand. Perfect. That's perfect. Do you know if you've got any woods nearby? Yeah, if you can get into the woods and just get you don't need loads, but just get like a carrier bag full of leaf mold from the woods or some soil from the woods and spread that around in your garden. Look who it is! Look who it is! Carter's Eat. Lisa, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Oh, that's made my day, that. Awesome. How are you keeping? Now, that's a channel that everyone should know. If you don't know Carter's Eat, Lisa Carter, she's absolutely fantastic. She's brilliant. She'll support your channel. She'll help you grow. But they do some brilliant videos on cooking. They do some videos on trips out. Love it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Uh, See, Carl's had a amazing year this year. He's got loads of pictures and visits to upload. That's fantastic, Carl. That's absolutely brilliant. I want to see that. Oh, I can't wait to see that. when my daughter was younger, she stripped the walls and we weren't even decorating. We used to do that. Brian, we used to do that when we were kids. We'd rip the wallpaper a little bit. We were a bit naughty like that. Um, um, Lisa, thank you very much for. Yeah, we finally got there. Finally got monetized. Yeah, thank you very much. It was a hard slog. It was a hard slog. See, that's the other thing that Carter's Eat did for me. They ran a lot of my playlists, just making really really pushing me and pushing me. Yeah, thank you. Uh, new YouTube channel, Free Family Labor. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you got sisters. You they'll rope you into it and get you in there working and grafting for them. Uh, so I'm knackered. I'm absolutely shattered today. So last weekend it really took it out of me, but this weekend my arms, like when you holding that paintbrush and roller up and down, your arms start aching, proper aching, and yeah, you feel it in the morning. Before the days of underfunding, we were told to find another hobbit. No way. Hello. Say hello to everyone. Hello, everyone. So, Espen, ogre number one's here. Or is this number three? The children, here comes the revolution. Are you ready to revolute? Go on, put your fist up. Make a fist. Make a fist. No, make a fist and say the revolution will not be televised. he's, he's looking at it going, huh? Aching limbs are a sign of old age. Yeah, Brian. It hurts, man. It hurts. We've got another one. They're coming. They're coming. See, this one's the real grafter. She was she was painting. She was painting the walls today. G.
I got little.
Hello, everyone.
I got little things.
You've got sprinkles all over your arm.
Paint sprinkles.
So.
Everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Oh
exactly.
my
Yeah.
God.
No, get your knee down. That's not good. No way. Oh, yeah. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. My God. So Espen's dropped in. 20 Norwegian kroner.
Ow. 1 minute.
He is getting big. He started speaking now as well. So you guys have seen him grow from crawling to walking, and now he's even speaking. So can you say hello, Lisa? Say hello,
Yeah.
say hello, Lisa.
Hi.
Say assalamu alaikum to Nebul. Can you say hello to Espen?
No.
No, you.
What? What? What?
So
What?
Espen, I said, can you say hello to Espen? And he says no.
Exactly what I
You
said.
need your nappy changing because I think you're about to start leaking on me. Shana, he's gonna leak.
Oh.
Careful, you're gonna drop it. Sit back, because you're gonna drop it and then the live stream will be over.
Where?
Oh, yeah, drooling ogres. Can you get him a tissue? Oh. He's got a head like concrete. Do you know? And he does that little jump. If he catches you on your nose, you've had it. Shalina, Dad, go and see your mum because I think your nappy's leaking, boy. Yeah, so everyone, everyone's coming up now. Uh,
What's coming?
no, Khadija, his nappy's leaking.
Now his nappy's leaking. Mom.
I created a new YouTube channel just for gardening. It's called Drops Family Garden because it's too much other subjects on this channel.
Drop Family Garden.
Yeah, Drops Family Garden.
Like,
Let's
my Family Garden. Drops Family Garden.
sit down, please.
Okay.
Uh, no, you're not getting up here.
You
See,
get
Brian saying it's okay if the lad leaks, you'll get the blame.
what? What?
Sit back. I can't see the comments. Have you just climbed up? I've put you down and you've climbed up.
He knows how to climb.
Come on.
He still can't climb.
I shouldn't. Okay. We've got a couple more people turned up. Melanie Williams is here. Backyard Gardener's
My
here. How are
family-
you doing? Thank you
What?
very much for
Hello,
both coming
my
in.
Family Garden.
If anyone hasn't hit that like for me, if you could do me a favour and hit that like,
Who's
I'd really
Backyard
appreciate
Gardener?
it. I'd really appreciate that like if you could hit that like for me.
Who's Backyard Gardener?
Who's Backyard Gardener? Backyard Gardener's based over in the US. Does a lot of gardening videos. Really nice garden. Sufia Begum Dewan is here. MashaAllah, lovely kids, but it looks like they're taking over. It happens every live stream. They come in and they just, yeah, as
Blah,
Drop,
blah, blah.
as Drop called it, they do the revolution. Go on, it's bath time. Go.
Bye.
No. Is it? Your mum's calling it. Okay, go and see your mum.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Blah, blah.
Drops Family Gardens here, so this channel will just be for gardening and growing stuff, right? I better get over to that channel now and subscribe to it. There you go, man. I think I'm your first subscriber. Here is Drops Family Garden. There you go. So Drop does a lot of information type videos, a lot of I think he do what they call it is First Amendment auditing as well. Now he's doing a family garden there, so there you go, Drops Family Garden. Who else have we got? We've got loads of people turning up. I think I saw Deer Park Farmstead. Did I? Three Wheels and the Block is here. Erwin, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. We've got Deer Park Farmstead. Roman, how are you keeping, bro? Who else is here? Bombster Bushels Homestead is here. Thank you. Everyone's turning up, man. Everyone's turning up. This is awesome. So, Drop, I was your first. Brian's your second. Awesome. If anyone hasn't hit that like for me, please hit that like for me. I'd really appreciate it. So, yeah. There you go. There you go. Is Carl still here? Because Carl's been telling us about his awesome season this year. To be honest with you, I've not had a good season. I've probably had one of my worst seasons for a very long time. I was just I was saying to one of the other YouTubers, Grant McIntosh, the other day. I was telling him that the first time I start videoing it, and it's the worst season I've had for about 10 years. So, Happy Looks is here. How are you doing, man? Thank you very much for coming in. Drop 3 at my... I will give Drop 2 a shout out in my next video, so please add an about section if you haven't already. Happy Looks, why have you got 2 strikes? What did you get 2 strikes for? That's... Whoa, that's quite serious. So you're sat in YouTube jail at the minute. Three wheels and a block. I hadn't posted garden videos on W3R3. The drought killed my garden. It would be a horror. See, that would be a good idea actually. That'd be a good idea to show what the effect the drought has had this year. That'd be you could do that because I think people would be interested to see, what the effect of or what the effect of the harsh weather's done. My bad season this year was unavoidable, but feel confident for next year. Good man. See, Brian's got some awesome tips as well. He's got a lot of really good, really helpful tips. If you don't know Brian from Allotment Life, he's another one to have a look at and check out. And he's got a really dry sense of humour as well. uh, so Happy Looks did something with Cap Capcom Company Limited. What happened with that? Green Organic Love is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Really appreciate it. If anyone hasn't hit that like for me, please hit that like for me. I'd really, really be grateful. Who else have we got? We've got Melanie. I think I've said hello to Melanie Williams. If there's anyone who I haven't said hello to, say hello. Drop a comment and I'll say hello. Lisa's laughing at me. Look at big boy. Left like my Happy Looks. Thank you very much. Dave's not here. Who's not here? Dave. Da, 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 da. Everyone's saying hello to David Carlisle. Okay, my friend, all the best to you and your. Oh, Espen, if you've got to go, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. Thanks for that super chat. Really appreciate it. It's always nice seeing you, man. And I want to see you sail that boat across the seas and land on the docks here. That'll be all right. Frank Caldwell's here. Frank, how are you doing, man? Yeah, Drop's Family Garden is Drop. He's got another channel called Just Drop, and he's set up a gardening channel now, and he's gonna put all his gardening videos on there because he's got a lot of mixed stuff on his other one. So for all the gardeners out there, there's one to watch out for because he's quite knowledgeable as well. Drop, check out Carter's Eat as well because she'll give you a lot of support as well, man. If anyone doesn't know Carter's Eat, do you know I hit massive milestones in Carter's Eat. Do you know? Are you back? Are you back? Come on then. He's got changed. He's a clean baby now. Calm down. Sit down. Okay. Where are we going? See, you didn't say hello to Espen. Now Espen's gone. Espen's gone. Espen's gone. So I'm going to be doing a lot of indoor gardening this year. I will have a better videos with new Canon 800D. Away from the cameraman. Away. Is Lynn's is here? Lynn's, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Oh, this is awesome. We've got a lot of people here today. We've currently got 18 people in the house. It's showing 17 likes. If anyone hasn't hit that like, please hit that like for me. Carter, where are you going? Are you going? Okay, off you go. Let me get it down for you. There you go. Shut that door. So we've got. What did I miss? There is a new advertising scam going around. Be on the lookout for Google Drive links in the email. 4 large YouTubers were completely wiped out earlier this week. Really? That's quite scary. That. Where is it an email that just pops in? Carter Z has dropped a $2 super chat. That's amazing. Thank you. You didn't have to. I, I'm grateful. Thank you very much. um, yeah. Me sorry. Oh, Frank, not a problem, man. Ian Matthews is here. Like we've got Lancashire in the house. Lancashire's decided to turn up. Thank you very much for coming in. So, Sophia's saying, I've just started growing veg and flowers in my garden. Your videos have helped so much. Just want to say thanks. That. Thank you very much. Do you know that I really, if you drop bits of feedback like that, that's fantastic. You know, that it makes me happy when I hear things like that. You know, I really appreciate it. If you, do you know, when you watch somewhere, just drop us a comment, and if you've ever got any questions, feel free to ask. And whatever I can't answer, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people on here that will be happy to answer. Thank you. Where do you want me to put it? Okay. Okay. Ian, how are you keeping? So who have we got? We've got 20 people in the house. That's awesome. That's fantastic. That. Can I give a shout out for a channel? Of course you can, Frank. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Of course you can. Shh. You're making too much noise, boy. My family garden. It was an email from someone pretending to want to advertise on their channel. The Google Drive link was sent to more info. Never. See, I saw something on Facebook, but you know, it was really poorly written. It was a really, it was a really bad email saying that I want to advertise on your channel. Tell me how much. But it just looked dodgy when I saw the screenshot that I saw on Facebook. I don't know if it's the same thing that you're talking about. So, Linz, what have you been up to today? I've seen your colourful tomato picture. That's a nice little harvest. Harvest. Yeah. Say hello to Linz. See, I told him to say hello to Espen earlier, and he just turned around and said no.
Dad, Mum said I could join the live.
You want to join the live? Come on then.
I'll behave.
Good lad. Okay, this side.
I don't know.
Say hello to everyone.
Hi. Assalamu alaikum.
MashaAllah, good boy.
Who's?
So
Why do people keep calling me Wee Man?
not you. They're calling him Zaki. That's
What does Wee Man even mean?
wee man means little man. It's a Scottish way of saying wee man, little man. So it's not.
He likes my hair.
You look like a hedgehog. Do you know a spiky hedgehog?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse you.
Wow. I want to get a mohawk.
You blaming him.
See, Lisa likes your hair. She's saying yes, yes, yes. Oh, you crack me up there, boy. He's gone to jump. He's gone to jump on the bed now.
Who's David?
David is David Carlisle. No jumping. No, don't jump on my bed. Ed's still here.
Who's Ed? Like Eddie
There.
Brock.
No.
I'm joking.
His channel is called Hanley Plotter. He's very laid back and pragmatic about gardening and what can and does sometimes go wrong. He deserves more subs. I've met Hanley Gardner. I saw your shout out on Facebook, so I went over and said hello to him. What we'll do is if I can just get on here for a second. I think that's the right guy. No, it's not. Frank, if you want to, you can get his link and drop it. I've just tried googling it, but I
Zaki
couldn't
has my
find
new
it.
BBA.
Um,
No, he doesn't. Anyway, it's not new. Dad, I think I'm gonna fall.
you're not gonna fall. I've got you.
Daddy, I got you. I got you.
Sit on that leg. Go on. Linda's going to be right back, not a problem. If I'm missing your comments, guys, you can see the chaos that I'm trying to deal with. So it's a bit, please have a bit of sympathy for me. No, it's alright. It's alright. I'll put the computer
Can you
on and
ask
go
me
do it.
some
Okay.
questions?
Just, yeah, you can in a bit. Just relax for a bit.
Okay.
So Lynn's going to be back in 2 minutes.
What is it? What does BRB mean?
Be right back.
Oh, so it stands
Melanie,
for
how have
right
you?
back.
What have you been up to today? Tell us about your day.
Can you
Um,
ask me some questions, please?
Backyard Gardener still here. Backyard Gardener, how are you? Is your season coming to an end now, or is it still quite hot where you are?
Ow.
Have you got quite still got some? There's,
Ah.
how long? Oh man.
Okay. Okay.
You're,
Can you ask me some
you're loud
questions,
for your
please?
size, you know that.
Oh, I'm 8 years old still.
So how old are you? You're 8 years old.
Next year it's going to be my birthday.
Setting up a channel raid on you,
I'm
Monty.
the
Hopefully
oldest
people come
out of
over.
my.
Thank you very much, Drop. I really appreciate it. That's very.
Out of all the
good of you.
8-year-olds in my school, I'm the oldest out of all the 8-year-olds in my school,
You're
which
the
is
oldest
weird.
out of all the 8-year-olds.
Yeah, in my school.
Are you sure?
Yeah?
Thunderstorms.
And no one else's birthday is in January?
Thunderstorms due tomorrow, but I have lots to do on the plot. See,
Okay.
Brian, because I'm helping my sister out, I haven't been able to.
Do a lot of videos.
I haven't been able to get out into the gardens last weekend or this weekend. I spent about half
Wait,
an
what's
hour.
a second grader? What's a second grader?
Second grader is American school system.
What does that even mean?
So I think that's year 2. No,
I'm in year
no,
4.
Sorry, I think that's year 4. So yeah.
Wait, what? I don't even know what that means.
No, it's because your school system is in years, not in grades.
What's a grade?
That's what I just told you, that they have their school system in grades. That's what it is. So
I have an American accent for some reason.
so
I like it.
Brian's saying that there's thunderstorms due tomorrow, but you've got a lot of work to do, Zaki. If you don't calm down, you're gonna get put in a sin bin.
Put your hand up if you like Spider-Man. I'm
So-
joking. You can't actually put your hand up now.
For
was a
those of you who've got kids know what kind of chaos that I'm having to deal with.
I'm not chaos.
So, Deer Park,
That guy's chaos.
Roman's saying my melons are barely coming in and fall has arrived. Just need a little more heat. Roman, how what have you got?
He's got a headband.
How long does your season last? When does your
What does that even mean?
so they have 12 grades in total. So year 13 is their 12th grade.
Okay, so how many years do I have? I'm already in year 4, so how many more years?
So you're in year 4. So you've still got another 7 years. No, hang on. You've still got another 8 years to go yet
So
to get to year 12.
I'm not good at math.
You are good at maths. You're very good at maths.
So there are 12 years in.
Okay, so
Don't mess my hair.
I don't
Wait, can
know.
any of you please ask me a
I
question?
didn't know I'll have to look it up. I'm learning from children today. They're always teaching me stuff.
Like bullets are made of 3 types of metal.
See, I didn't know that. I don't know if anyone else knew that bullets were made of 3 types of metal.
I actually learned that from a cartoon that it might be real.
So
don't
one of the comments I got from this one was, Dad, you don't know anything because I go to school and I learn stuff. So I don't know anything because he goes to school and learns stuff.
And I still remember. What
So
2 and
we've got
2 is.
Anna Mora's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Really appreciate your visit.
Get him off me!
Okay.
Get off me.
Okay, babe. Go see what your mum's doing. Go on. Go visit your mum.
Wait, can they
First
ask me
frost
questions? Ask me questions.
First frost comes
please.
around Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think they both need to go. They're being a bit
What does
hectic.
that mean?
Dave,
They're doing too much.
come on.
Go.
Oops, sorry.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Oof, oof.
Off you go.
Ow.
Right. Oh, that's crazy. That.
I'm still gonna come
So
back.
Lone Ranger's bullets were only made from one type of metal, silver.
Oh.
Anna Mora's saying, hope everyone's enjoying the weekend. See, Frank Coldwell's just dropped the link for Hanley Plotter. He is a really laid back guy, really nice guy. Yeah, very good guy. Nick's allotment diaries here. Nick, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Nick, we've just got the kids out of it. It was getting a bit crazy. They were taking over and not letting me say a word. So my son is P6, 11 years old in Scottish system, a little different again. So P6, so he's about year 5. I think he's about is that about year 5? Usually doesn't freeze here until mid-October. We'll start getting frost around the start of October. But I mean, I went out into the garden today and I saw we've got quite a few gourds that have come up. Yeah, so quite a few gourds that are about finger length. So I've been bagging those up today. So we bagged. I spent about an hour in the garden today bagging those up, just taking away some of the leaves so any sunshine gets to them. I did just see them leave. Nick, it was mental, man. It was absolutely crazy. Linz, I think it is about year 5. I think it's about year 5. Does he go into high school next year, or has he got another year in primary? Frost won't be long. We've had a few heavy dews. I've been surprised by this year's September. It's been nicer than I mean, September's been nicer than June. June, I think, because June was just cold and wet all the way through. So I've been really impressed with this September. Well, I'm quite happy with it. This year and next year. So he's got this year and next. Yeah, so that's about year 5 before he goes into high school. I have some butternut squash planted now, but I didn't get them in soon enough because of the cold. So have you ever tried to grow squash indoors? I'm thinking of digging them up and taking them inside. Are you going to grow them in a greenhouse or in your house? I've never tried squash inside. I planted gourds in my greenhouse a couple of years ago. They were massive. They grew absolutely huge. Took over the greenhouse, but they didn't produce anything. They didn't fruit. Yeah, so they didn't just they didn't do anything. We're looking Cornwall, our own little microclimate. When do your frosts come, or do you never get snow down there? They hit high school about 12, 13. Yeah, that sounds very similar, Linz, to us. Weather has been odd as well. I do have a caterpillar tunnel for season extension. Is that like a full? Is that a full on grow tunnel, or is that like a smaller cloche type tunnel? We've got 18 people in the house, 22 likes. If anyone hasn't hit that like for me, please hit that like. I harvested some squash today. I'll be posting a picture of them on my Instagram later. Nick's been putting some really nice pictures on his Instagram and Facebook recently. Got a harvest the other day. It was like every colour of the rainbow that was in there. Yellow courgettes, green courgettes, purple. Yeah, he had greens in there. Beautiful. Absolutely awesome. Our weather has been odd as well. We would have benefited from September weather if July and August were similar. Yeah. Um, June's the month that really knocked us back. I think, Bry. I think June just really hit us this year, because all the way. Do you know, like I planted squash out at the end of May, thinking yes. I planted some of my squash out and I planted some of my courgettes out, and I thought yes, we've done it because May was really nice at the end. So the first week of June, I planted everything out, and then it just went cold. So all my squash just got really set back, and then there was some more squash that I planted out first week of July, and within about a week they were past um, the other squash. So it was just way wasn't any. Yeah, it was just horrible. My frost won't be here where I live until February. Oh, you're lucky. You're you're lucky. So once when you say your frost come in February, do you get a lot of snow after that, or is it just a mild winter that you get? So it's 14 foot wide by 50 foot long. Now that's what you call a polytunnel, guys. That's not a bad polytunnel at all, is it? I won't mind one of them in my garden. I'm getting a ton of zucchini, and they're really sweet and tasty in salads, unlike the ones you buy in the stores. Do you grow the regular types, or do you try and grow something different to the ones that you'd get in the shop? So Mike rarely gets snow in Cornwall. We don't get. I remember as a kid that there used to be loads of snow. Do you know, school used to be closed because of snow, and since since my kids have started going to school, we've had we've had probably you know, one day of school closure because there was some ice in the car park.
Since when we've been going to school, we've been having what?
Out, go on your bike.
I don't have a bike.
Um, where we've got Anthony Schultz is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Really appreciate your visit. If you could hit that like for me as you're coming in, I'd appreciate that. Um, Mike's greenhouse is cloudy during the winter all the time. Melanie Williams, no, it's 22 until mid-March. I don't get that. I don't understand that comment. I'm pretty good, Anthony. How are you keeping? I'm a bit achy. Been doing home decorating for my sister's house today. So we've been doing painting and decorating since yesterday. X-Written in Blood is here. Now we're talking. Now the party really gets started. Check him out, man. I ain't seen you for a long time. How are you keeping, man? How are you keeping? Um, Linz, we'll see you. We'll see you when you're back. Uh, what did I miss? How are you getting on with sorting out getting your polytunnel cover? Mike, you getting a new polytunnel? That'll be nice to see. See, I haven't heard that blood. I haven't heard that for a long time, man. I haven't heard that for a long time. I've not been able. I've not been able to catch your lives for a long time as well. I was away the whole of August, and I'm still trying to catch up with everyone. And that's fantastic. I ain't seen that. I ain't seen that comment for a long time. I've been missing it, man. I miss you, blood. See, I put a post out on Facebook trying to say, does anyone know who X Written in Blood is, right? And everyone's thinking, oh, there goes the neighbourhood. There goes the neighbourhood. Heather Foley's here. I can't stay. Wanted to say hello and give you a little like. We haven't had rain for at least 2 months, and my garden is dry and crunchy. Heather, thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate your visit, and I hope you're well. I really do. Oh man, I'm just trying to get. Oh man. Uh, Nick, the planning has just been approved. Not warm enough now, so I'll be getting a new cover. Do you have to have planning permission for a? It's 120 foot long. No, no wonder you have to have planning permission. It sounds massive. Oh, I can't speak because of Blood's comments. He's completely sent me off on a tangent now. Oh, what do I do? That's another guy who'll help you grow your channels. If you don't know, yeah, Roman from Deer Park Farmstead. If you don't know Blood X, uh, yeah, these guys will really help you. I threw out some cover crops. I threw out some cover crop seeds just before it rained, so I'm hoping it grows and helps enrich the soil. Awesome. What seeds did you plant? What cover crops are you using? I haven't I haven't seen a live stream from Lisa from you guys, Lisa, for a long time. Because I was, like I was away in the whole of August. Like I went away at the end of July and I came back at the last few days of August, and I've been trying to. I've Blood's comments are just sending me setting me off. Um, I've been trying to catch up with everyone, and I keep missing everyone's live streams, and I'm not getting people's notifications anymore because I wasn't watching everything all the time while I was away. Everyone's notifications aren't coming up, so I'm missing a lot of stuff. So I need to catch up. Um, so I've got to poke my mind's eye out now. Ian, oh, where is this conversation going? Where is this conversation going? Brian's getting in on it now as well. See, it takes one to start it, and then everyone just goes off on it as well. How do you pull the conversation back to normality from there? Uh, uh, we'll have to wait until it warms up in order to ensure that the cover is stretched on the frame. Ah, that's a good. I'd have never thought of that. I don't know. Brian saying there's no normal there. Blood, you've sent me off. I don't know. Do you know, like I was having a normal type chat before. Well, I had the case of the kids, and then as soon as the kids left, Blood turned up, and now I've gone. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, or what to say, or what I'm supposed to be doing. That's crazy. Uh, if you don't, the cover droops in the winter. Ah, that's really interesting. I want to know that. Nick, have you got a polytunnel? I don't. I'm a bad influence, Mike. I find mine droops in the. Oh no. Oh no. He's done. He's done it as well. See, they're all going off on it now. Linda's House of Chill is here. How are you doing, Linda? Thank you very much for coming in. So I have an excuse here. Blood, it's warm. See, everyone's just sent this conversation up. Linda, it's gone crazy here. The conversation has just gone into the gutter. Um, I'd love a pond tunnel, but not enough space. How big's your plot altogether? How do you recover from the mess? Well, Blood is here and he brings the gutter. See, the conversation went from normality to complete insanity within the space of a few minutes. I had the chaos of the kids. Uh, um, yeah, I had the chaos. Nobody, nobody passing by or nobody passing by or offended the curtain. Frank, how do I store my chilies? Depends on what you want to use them for. If you can dry them, you can dry some of them, and then you can use them all year like dried chilies. Dry them and crush them, and then you've got your own chili flakes. If you cook with the chilies, you could always turn them into a chili paste. So blitz them up and then freeze it, and then just use that in your cooking. Um, or you can just freeze some of them. There won't be anywhere near as good when you defrost them, but that's that's another option. There's some of the things that we try. Um, so my plot is 30 feet by 50 feet. Um, I'm what's that in meters? Drops from the garden. Austrian winter wheat, twin winter. I can't even say that. Tyndale forage, collards, dryer, daikon radish, hairy vetch, Kentucky Kentucky Pride, crimson clover, organic for. See, I've gone for a lot of clovers, a lot of mustards, um, and I'm using broad beans in there as well, for nitrogen fixing. Life of Riado's here. How are you doing, man? Sorry, not being about here. I had loads going on here. How are you doing? I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing all right. I hope you are. We haven't seen you for a while. He does some funky videos. Um, Frank, he sticks his Life of Riado. He eats his hot chilies. Crazy, absolutely bonkers. Um, 9.5 meters by about 15 meters. Okay. Frank's guessing at 10 meter. Yeah. um, my growing space is about not too different to that. My growing space, because I've got half the garden for my growing. Not too bad. You got any chilies I can test out yet? Um, I might have some for you actually. Drop if you're on Facebook or Instagram. Drop me a message. My chilies are about. Hopefully, will be ripening in the next few weeks. So I might have something for you. Are they tarps during the winter? Seems to help with with the thaw. Do you use the black plastic? See, what I'm on Instamate. Are you the same name? Yeah, I'm the same name as on here. So my family garden. I'm on Instagram as that. So if you want to drop me a message and say hello, I might have something for you. I dropped a message to Paul actually today if he wants it. If he wants to try some chilies. Um, that guy who needs 1K is here. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Garden cover crop seed mixes from True Leaf Market. Ah, okay. See, we used a lot of trefoil and buckwheat as well this year. Oh, I'm good, alhamdulillah, mashallah. Thank you very much for coming in. Hope everything's going all right. I never had much luck with polytunnels houses because I live in so close to a canal. My produce is ruined by moths. Do you get moths in the polytunnel? What you need is spiders. I use buckwheat for the microgreens. See, I've put out loads of buckwheat. I've put out loads of mustards, um, and yeah, so a lot of legumes as well. I can't remember what the other one's called, but I've underplanted my tomatoes with it, so I'm just waiting for them to come up. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's trefoil actually. Um, the vinyl signs from a garden centre. Is that what you're covering your garden with? So we've got 12 people still here. We've got 27 likes, and we're 57 minutes in. 56 minutes in. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all. I quite like large variety of moths. The condensation attracts them. No, I get quite a large variety of moths. The condensation attracts them. Ah, okay. That's interesting. See, the only butterflies that or moths or whatever, cabbage white flies that, cabbage white butterflies, they're the only ones that cause us any issues. Apart from that, we're quite lucky. Um, I've got a buddleia at the bottom of the garden, and I don't know what the moths or butterflies are called, but they're like a purple, they're purple and orange. They look awesome. I was really impressed because I shook the tree by accident and there was loads flying about. I was amazed. I thought it was beautiful. Um, have you just had your bath? Okay, come on.
New pajamas.
New pajamas. Well done. Yeah. Here's my little grafter girl. The mic. Did I just see? Hey, Jazz is here. Jazz, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. The mix claims to add nitrogen, biomass, aerate the soil, and mustard to deter pests. Ah, very interesting. See,
Drop
Abby,
family
okay,
garden.
answer your mum.
G?
not longer.
Okay. Okay, not you've got
Okay,
10 minutes.
wait, Oma.
No, you've got 10 minutes, and then you need to go eat.
Wait, Oma. Can you send Bayo up to tell me when our food is ready?
He's ready. You just need to go and
You just need to go and eat. Okay.
I'll be back here.
Joe's mum used to live on a canal boat, and there were always loads of
Nips
moths
are
around
up,
banks. Ah, I didn't know that. I got first of my garlic planted this week, along with approximately 60 onion sets. Just another 150 sets to go in
I'm
tomorrow.
here.
Frank,
You're
you're
here.
already on it. I was hoping to get my garlic in this month, but seeing as though my sister
Hi, Jazz.
stuck me on fixing her house up, I'm not getting anything done in my garden.
I think they says hi.
I'm
hi,
throwing out
and
garden
hi.
cover crops to
Hey.
improve the soil on my acre and a half to prepare it for next year. That's awesome. Just stick as much variety on as possible.
Hello, life of
Deer Park Farmstead, not
Meadow.
too bad, buddy. Just been mental here. Had some bad news in the family, so been a bit of
networking.
a networking break.
break.
Mate, you've got to. Life comes first. Life comes first, and then YouTube. You can deal with that after.
Sorry to
I
hear that.
I hope everything
please.
works out. So Jazz is saying, hello, little one. I
Where?
think she's talking to me. Jazz, you missed it. It was absolutely mental here. The baby was here, jumping, climbing over me. My son was here. All three of them have been in today, acting
Well, at
crazy.
all different
So
times.
this one's been painting walls with me today, haven't you?
And it went all around my arm. Some went on my face.
Uh, my garlic will be in modules by next weekend. You guys are. See,
Ooh,
I was
garlic.
hoping to get my garlic into the ground. I thought last year I got my garlic in October. This year I thought yes, I'll do it in September. And then hopefully because I always get garlic rust about May June time, and I have to pull it early. What?
That's why I needed a bath. Because I was painting the walls and it was all
Yeah,
over myself.
yeah. Uh,
I had garlic
See,
potatoes.
mine's go straight into the bed. I'm gonna plant a lot of the ones that I've saved quite a few from seeds, and I'm gonna put them. No, I've saved quite a few for seed from my own plants this year. But I just buy, garlic from the grocery store and stick them in.
Nick's allotment
Because
diaries.
if you're putting in 150 bulbs, that's a lot of garlic. It gets quite expensive from the shops.
I love garlic too.
I don't do garlic and onions till late October. Onions is my see how many I need for the year crop for 2020. So many plant, so many plant 300 plus. See, we plant as much onions as possible. We use loads of onions in our cooking and stuff, and garlic. We grow enough garlic to last us
But
the whole year.
She
And
Nick's allotment diary puts garlic in November.
see, I did my garlic in October last year, but I always end up with rust really bad around May June time. So I wanted to try and pull it, hoping get it in a bit earlier so I can push the season.
Onions are number one eaten veggie worldwide.
I think that's a fun fact, isn't it?
I can't overplant. I don't have a shed to store.
I have 20 foot by 10 foot portable greenhouse. I think I'll stick
Laughing.
over my garden bed to extend the growing season a little. That's clever. I want to build some cloches. I want to make some mini cloches that I can move about. Onions.
Huh?
Okay, it's time for you to go.
I'll
bye.
be back. Bye bye. 1, 2. What? Oh.
So he's saying sorry.
Bye.
Sorry, reverting to my drop ways, lol. Well, it was a gardening related fact, so it's all right. Onions are delish, my favourite veg. That's a good idea as well. Chop your onions and stick them in a freezer, because we ended up buying a one of those chest freezer things not a couple of years ago, about 10 years ago, just after we moved to this house. We bought a chest freezer and we started using that, or string them. I never managed to grow onions, that'll last more than a couple of months. Because we use that many onions, we could probably use about 10 kilos of onions a week in our, just in our cooking.
I've already spent before my
So, whatever onions we grow, they only ever last us a few months. I want to try and get that onion count up a bit, but we'll see. We want to start growing some veg next year, just in pots and tubs around the patio. We did it a few years ago and got enough to feed us fairly well. See, if you're going to do that, tomatoes, courgettes are brilliant for that. Courgettes are absolutely awesome for that. They're a heavy cropper, and you can get away with a couple in a nice bucket, a 10-litre bucket. I've planted some ornamental alliums, aldeas on offer. How much did you get them for, Nick? We have a chest freezer and another big one full of tomatoes. Need to sort them. See, even with your blight problems, you still got loads of tomatoes. That's awesome. I'm well impressed. Um, if you don't know, Jazz from Alternative Small Holding did a video recently on heirloom tomatoes, and I think I'm back. Am I back? It just sort of, I think our Wi-Fi was playing up a bit, so I think I'm back. I hope I'm back anyway. A bit, so I think I'm back. I hope I'm back anyway. Yeah, what I was saying was Jazz from Alternative Small Holding did did a video on the importance of heirloom seeds and the heirloom tomato varieties that she's grown, and she's been heirlooms recently quite a bit. So if you don't know about heirlooms, or if growing heirlooms are your type of thing, then go and check that out because it's very well worth it. It's very well worth it. The home internet's messing up, so I've stuck it on Wi on my personal data. So we'll see what happens. Um, right, let me say it quickly. Jazz has done a video on heirlooms. Go and check it out. Oh man, Nick's allotment diary, £3 of that bag. How many bulbs do you get in that? Because I got some from the pound shop, and I think there was about 10 bulbs. Was it about 10, 5 or 10 bulbs in it? But I haven't planted them yet, so I don't know. Got into a bit of a loop then. Yeah, so every time I open my mouth about Jazz's video, I just crash myself, and I'm down to 5 people. um, I've scared everyone off. I've scared everyone off there. We are all holding you. Be right back. Neighbours alpaca is on the. Now that's something you don't hear every day. Uh, his neighbour's alpacas on the roof, on the loose. Wix has alliums at £3 per bag, or £5 for 10. Is that a big bag? Is that quite a big bag? Because I just got some from Poundland the other day, so I don't know. Do we need a license for an alpaca, or is that can we class that as a chicken? Um, because for more, do you like it to keep 5 bags for a tenner, 8 bulbs, I think. Okay. Uh, that's quite. I'm gonna go and check how many bulbs you got in the Poundland ones. Imagine the fun I could have with an alpaca. Uh, X-rated in blood's not here. Otherwise, he'd be telling you some crazy things that he'd do with an alpaca. So, alpacas don't have wings. Lady of Lake Fork is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Very nice to see you. Drop sent me I'm visiting from Texas. Thank you very much for coming over and saying hello to us over the pond. Um, is it quite warm where you are? We've had a lovely day here, and I've been stuck inside painting. If you if allotment life, they could if you glued some on, or them fairy wings you get at fancy dress costumes. That's a good idea. Um, the thing is, the UK is really strict with animals or livestock kind of animals. So I was looking into getting a goat a few years ago, and there's all kinds of licenses that you need to have. You need to be registered with DEFRA. You need to have a license for the goat. If you're gonna walk the goat, so if you're gonna move it off the property, you need to have another license before you can move it off the property. So just because of the amount of paperwork, I thought, nah, I'm gonna leave it. But I'd love to have a little goat in the garden. Stick an ice cream cone on its head, and bang, you've got a fluffy unicorn. um, trying to get everyone. Let me know if I've missed you. Um, have you got me? If anyone hasn't got me, if you can get me, that'll be nice. Yeah, the UK is rubbish for licensing. It's yeah, they can be really strict. They can be really strict. I mean, I'd love to have a goat. Do you know, not a big one, just a little one. Do you know those mini goats that you can get? Um, about 5 years ago, the kids spent the summer out in Bangladesh. Um, I mean, I went out for a couple of weeks with them, and I came back early. But I bought them a pet goat, um, and they loved it. You know, they'd wake up in the morning, and the goat would they'd bring the goat into the house to sleep in the same room as them, and then we'd have to sneak it out and put it in, in with the cows. But they loved it. They absolutely loved it. I've got some videos of them playing, walking about with his goat everywhere. My wife had a coffee and cake morning in Ada with Macmillan. It was lovely to have a nice sunny day. Ah, were they outside for that? There's a place in Idaho close to me where you can buy chicks to raise for meat. Oh, no eggs, but sure, alpaca would make a good steak if you got bored of it. And apparently their fur's really good for clothes. For the alpaca wool's supposed to be really good for clothes and stuff. So you're back, Jazz. I've been back a while, man. I've done a quick one as well. Yeah, so I quickly mentioned Jazz's heirloom video. I think, uh, uh, da, 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 da. I can't believe you have to be licensed to have a goat. Though. I never looked into it because Joe was attacked as a kid by one, so wouldn't let me have one. Yeah, you've got to. Yeah, w- um, I'd love to have a goat. It's just too strict. It's just too strict to have licensing over here, and yeah, I was talking to Cheryl about it when she came down. Cheryl from Homestead in the Highlands. She paid a visit to us in July. I was talking to her about it, and she was just telling me about how difficult it was for them to get a license, even though they've got a full farm. Um, Licensing can be a real problem over here. Yeah, I got. Yeah, the coffee and tea. Oh, that's nice. Have you got some videos of your home garden? Because I bet that's quite impressive. Instead of just your allotment. Because I bet your home garden's quite impressive. Yeah, Jazz. I think we came. I came back and then went, and then I came back and then went, and then I switched from home Wi-Fi to my own Wi-Fi, and I'm back on now. Um, I'm scared to switch it back onto home Wi-Fi because my data won't last very much longer. Uh, I'm gonna get a free range chicken coop so I can raise some chickens for eggs and meat. City where I live lets you do it without a license. See, with chickens, it's a lot easier over here. You can do up to 50 chickens before you have to register, unless you've got some local bylaws or something written in the deeds of your house. If you've got sometimes the main exception is for roosters. One of my neighbours complained to the council, and the council threatened to take me to court and give me an ASBO for having a rooster. That was a bit sad. Our sister-in-law lives in Canada. They're looking at getting a raccoon just to go out and pick one like a puppy here. Raccoons, aren't they just wild animals everywhere? I want to start a groom for. See. This is what Jazz was mentioning. She wants to start a group for heirloom veg growers in the UK. Do you know many? And she's saying many don't realise that they're growing heirlooms. And um, see, heirlooms is a way of keeping in contact. You know, with our history. A lot of varieties, they're a lot different to the common ones that you'll find in the supermarkets. They're a lot different to the common ones that everyone's growing. If you just look at Jazz's variety, she's got loads and loads of different ones. I think she grew 130 plants, all kind of different tomatoes. I can't I don't know how many different varieties, but there's massive ones, absolutely huge ones, all kinds of different colours. And what Drop's saying there is absolutely right. Heirlooms will produce seeds that you can grow again, and hybrids usually won't. Yeah, because they breed hybrids like that, so you're dependent on the seed company to go back, and that's the way the seed companies take control over you. See that, and I visited Bangladesh for the first time when I was 10, I think, and we stayed out there for 10 months or 11 months. So we got to see the whole culture while we remember the different types of rice. So they had red. I can't name them all, but they had like grains of red rice, um, different white rices, long rices, short rices, even black grains of rice. And now I hear, like people are farming over there. They can't save their own seeds because the seeds are inert, right? The crops that they grow, you have to buy them from two or three suppliers in the whole of their city. So there's two or three suppliers in their city that you buy the seeds from. The seeds are inert, so you can't save your own. So you're dependent on these seed companies. And Drop said it there. Don't say Monsanto, and it is Monsanto that's doing it. So they're completely out. They're completely out. It's crazy. So the most farmers in Bangladesh now are dependent on these few seed companies, and it's completely. If one seed, if something goes wrong with that seed supplier, or that seed supplier suddenly hikes the price up, you've got millions of people starving. Joe's finished dinner. Catch you soon, buddy. Dropped a message on Insta. Nice one, mate. I'll see you soon. Lady of the Lake Folk, do you grow any crops through winter? Maybe small green onions, carrots, turnips, kale. I've put down loads of cover crops. I'm gonna get Brian's. No, I think Frank's started getting his onions in. I'll be getting my onions in October. Some onions and garlic in October, and I'll start getting my onion seed started for next year. So that I've planted some pak choy. I've planted what else have I planted? Loads and loads of different kind of radishes. Yeah, I've got loads of radishes planted. Hopefully they're gonna start showing up soon. Magnetic G's here. How are you doing, young man? Thank you very much for coming in. Ian Matthews was here earlier, so yeah. Ian Matthews introduced me to magnetic G's. Hybrids will grow back, but you don't know which parent. Yeah, so you don't know which one's going to breed. They don't breed true. I'm going to harvest my carrots, onions, and parsnips next month. I've got my carrots in my wheelbarrow. They need pulling, but I pulled a few the other day, and they're tiny. Some of them are absolutely tiny. but they make a nice salad snack, so that's all right. Hybrids are unstable varieties. One day they will be stable and future heirlooms. The problem is people want perfectly uniform red balls for tomatoes and taste like water compared to heirlooms. Yeah, do you like? I never liked tomatoes. I wasn't a fan of tomatoes, and then a couple of years ago, I started. We've always grown. We grew tomatoes from day one, uh, and we'd normally just go, buy some of the shop tomatoes. Sorry, some of the common tomato varieties that you get in the shops, and a f- we'd get them to the green tomato stage, and we'd get blight, and then everything would drop. But a couple of years ago, we had an awesome gardening season. The summer was perfect, and we got tons and tons of tomatoes. And I was eating the tomatoes fresh off the plant, and they tasted sweet. And I really, that got me turned on to tomatoes. Otherwise, before that, I wasn't a fan at all. Stop talking about growing stuff. It makes me want to go outside and plant something. This is a growing channel, man. Uh, Dan Organic Food Forest is here. How are you doing, man? Thank you very much for coming in. Another brilliant guy, really awesome guy. Really good channel. Fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. He was growing some. He did a video on growing Jamaican sorrel the other day. Jazz, are there any heirloom bush or compact varieties? That's an interest. That's interesting. That's a good question. That. I've I already have radishes growing on the side of the house. See, do you know if you've got clay soil, if you can grow some radishes, so throw some radish seeds about on your clay soil, and just leave them. Um, when they grow, especially the long type of radishes, let them grow as long as possible, and then cut the tops off and let them rot in the ground. And what that'll do is it'll create a nice long compost corridor. So you'll get a nice long compost corridor, and that'll help break up your clay. That is horrible for Bangladesh. Does the government prevent seeds from being sent in the mail? I think you could get away with sending seeds in the mail, but yeah, the government's not that. I don't think it's that clued up on being able to stop stuff. The only, I think they've got an export ban on rice because it's the most staple food crop. So, um, to quote a dear friend at Roots and Refuge, shop bought tomatoes taste of disappointment. Oh, this year I'm gonna rip my golden cherry tomato plants out of the ground and keep growing them this year indoors. They are great with salads. Taste like they're full of sugar. Golden cherry tomatoes. I've not seen. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. My best radishes are mooly for length. Um, yeah. So see, they're called mooly, but we call them mullah, with a at the end instead of an I. Yeah, we've got quite a few of those planted. I went out about a week ago, and I just everywhere I could see, anywhere there was some brown dirt or bare mulch that wasn't covered in plants, I just chucked radish seeds everywhere. Not every one of them has germinated, but some of them are. But we're just growing them as cover crops more than anything else. I should have done it in August, and they would have definitely come up by now. Um, store bought tomatoes are just plain suck. Everyone's sitting on store tomatoes. That's all right. Uh, there are dwarf tomato project open pollinated varieties. Find my channel, same name as here on Facebook or Instagram, and message me for details. Get that face group started, Jazz, and we'll all come on there, and you can teach us all about heirlooms. That'd be awesome. I think I'm up. I want to learn about heirlooms. Your last videos really inspired me. Yeah, White ickle are yummy and spicy radishes. I just see Dan's just started tomato seedlings, and our season's almost coming to an end. Does do you know? Are you able to garden 12 months of the year?